This is Van Vicker Vibes.
Hello everybody. Have you heard the word Japa? I'm playing the devil's advocate. Do you know what it really means? It's a Yoruba word that literally means to run away from a place or to avoid some sort of trouble. But nowadays, it's been more adopted to mean looking for greener pastures. Let's consider this. Take a look around you. Is everyone trying to fly? And I'm using the word everyone loosely. Is everyone around you trying to go to another country and leave their country of abode? Question is, why? So to Japa or to look for greener pastures, is it an operation that is peculiar to Africans? Or should we pull in some cohorts like the Spanish, the Mexicans, and I dare say some Chinese? It's kind of weird, right? Let's delve into the matter proper. Let's do the consideration. When you go into the conversation, you will hear people say, this country is not doing me well.
Charlie, the country hold too much. I for left.
The minimum wage is inadequate to make life, to be honest.
As for me, my destiny is abroad. I must marry someone from Japan.
Are those familiar words or sentences you've heard before? Yeah? So, the Japa system is essentially people trying to legitimize why they need to fly, why they need to travel outside their country of abode. You go there, no, your party will say, Charlie, I dey come out to, I dey Japa be that. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about the Japa system. Cheers.
Bro.
This is Van Vicker Vibes.
So, is greener pastures about gardening, teaching, dishwashing, or perhaps being a lawyer? Now, the hard truth is this. Largely, those who want to Japa, it's not about what they go to do there. It's the fact that they want to get out, and whatever can come, can come. So, whether they are going to pluck apples from the tree, scrub the toilets, or do dishwashing for a living, it doesn't matter. They just want to get out of their own country, like get out. Let's go to the comment section. I would love to hear from you. What do you think about the Japa system? A, is Japa a solution for you? B, would you refuse to Japa if you had certain opportunities in your own country? I would love to hear from you. I will personally respond to your comments, personally, as many as I can. So this Japa system, it comes in different shapes and forms. Perhaps it could be on social media where you see an advert that says, travel to the UK or to Canada, the easy way. Or maybe you would just be walking in your neighborhood and you will see on the power pole a poster that says, study abroad, this is your chance. I know you've seen those. I'm right, correct? Now, other times you would have people to connect you to the connection guys to get you a visa to travel. That's also possible. Another way could be perhaps jump on a ship and just stow away to get out. Now, the concept about Japa is this, the Japa operation is this, is to get you to think that your only chance at success would be in another person's country, not your own country. Take a pause. Think about that for a bit. Yeah? People try to give you great reasons, alternatives, why you need to travel to another man's country to succeed. Sometimes they don't mention or they fail to mention those adverse conditions. For instance, it can be freezing in some countries. Another reason, you will have to call a friend up before you visit them. These are things you may not be familiar with, and they forget to mention that. Can you go months without your indigenous delicacies? I would choose goat light soup and fufu any day over macaroni and sauce. No pun intended. Okay? Now, what you need to know is this. Every country has its flaws and their strength, regardless of the fact that it is a developed country or a developing one.
This is Van Vicker Vibe.
I know an awful lot of you out there want to grow your social media handles. I know that. Now, let me show you how I can help you grow your social media platforms. Right here on Van Vicker Vibes. Week after week, I give you a task to perform. And then I ask you to send me the videos, to forward the videos to me. Once we select the best video, that particular video will be played on 1 minute of fame, and the entire universe, the whole world will watch you. They will watch your video. And as they watch the video, they will see your social media handles being displayed on that video, because Wilburn will ensure that he displays your social media handle on the screen in addition to the country you sent it from or where you live. On Van Vicker 1 Minute of Fame, not only can you grow your social media handles, but you can also win some fantastic prizes. One of the prizes is you have definitely noticed the new prize on Van Vicker Vibes. $100 cash. Have you noticed that? Sounds interesting, doesn't it? Take advantage of the Van Vicker 1 Minute of Fame. Now, before I give you the task for next week, let's watch who won the task for last week.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want to do is alright with me. You make me feel so brand new, and I long to spend my whole life with you. Listen, baby, since we've been together.
We didn't have that many participants last week, and I'm sure it's because it was the introduction of the segment. We had about 40 participants from 7 different countries. So that was awesome, if you ask me, for the very first time. So before I give you the task for this week, let me congratulate the winner from last week's task. Her Facebook handle is Donna Stevenson, and her Instagram handle is Donna Stevenson 184, and she's from Canada. Congratulations to you, Donna Stevenson. You just won free immigration consultancy from Velosa Associates. Unfortunately, you don't get to win the $100 because that is being incorporated today. So from next week, people can win that in addition. What's the task for this week? I want you, get closer, come to me, come talk to you. I want you to tell me why you like the Van Vicker Vibes. You can have 1 reason, 2, 5, 10 reasons if you choose. It doesn't matter. And you can also tell me why you don't like the show. Then I can smack you there. I kept my promise, right? Not only can you win free immigration consultancy on the show, you can also win $100 cash courtesy of Van Vicker Foundation. Now, we will wire the money to you wherever you are in the world. No stress. The cash is to help you in whatever endeavor you choose. Now, if you choose to give a cash prize on the Van Vicker Vibes, or you decide to be a sponsor of the show, just WhatsApp the number at the bottom of the screen and we will tell you how to benefit. Welcome in advance.
This is Van Vicker Vibe.
Quick question. Can someone Japa from one African country to another African country? Yeah? The Japa system, that operation, is it restricted to just moving from a developed country to an underdeveloped or a developing nation? Is that the restriction? Because de facto, one can Japa from a developed country to a developing one. I mean, I've had the opportunity to hear real life scenarios where some ladies moved from Ghana to Libya to serve as household helps, and they came back with awesome news, monies they made, and so on and so forth. However, there were others who came back with horrific stories, and let me save you the details of that because it's too graphic. How about another perspective? Can someone Japa from Europe to Africa? Yeah? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Yes, you. Why are you laughing? Is it weird to Japa from a developed nation to a developing nation? Sounds weird, doesn't it? Is there anything wrong with moving from Sweden to Uganda, or from France to Liberia for that matter? I agree. This may not be the norm, hence your thought. Perfect. But I dare say, is it necessarily about which country you're from and which country you're going to? I ratiocinate that it is more about what you are going to do there. Give it a thought. I mean, if you go into somebody else's country for greener pastures, what's your boon? What's the boon? What's your benefit? What are you going to get? Consider this elucidation. If a foreigner comes to Ghana and he or she engages in galamsey, for instance, what are they doing? Is that not Jakpa? I mean, the difference is this: his orientation, his mind, his thinking, that he's going to make money for himself and return the money to his country to build his country. Yeah, Africans, we will say, yeah, but we also take our money back home and build our country. Agreed. But what's your orientation? What's your mindset about your country? Love for country. I am in deep thoughts right now. For me, the crux of the matter is this: if we Africans don't sit and rethink about love for country, about patriotism, about what our country means to us, then this whole conversation is a washout to begin with. Honestly, like play. Do you think that a Chinese person or an American or any national for that matter loves Africa more than Africans? Or do you think that someone from another country loves your country more than you do? Think about it for a second. That the King of England will love Ghana more than Ghanaians. I beg to differ.
This is Van Vicker Vibes.
I believe that this Jakpa phenomenon is about perspective. Now, if you decide to look at Africa from the point of view that Africa is struggling, then you may just miss out on the interesting and the fruitful facets of the continent. I mean, look around you. The treasure is here. Everywhere. Even exactly where I'm standing right now, precisely. You know, just Charlie, put your mind together small. Think small. You know, brilliant concept. Things can happen and you will succeed. Here is another perspective about Japa that is intriguing to me. Our brother from Kenya, Modife, runs to the West. Since he decided not to stop running, he ended up in the US, and guess what? He falls in love with an elderly lady, gets married, but it's for what purpose? To get his citizenship or to get his residence document? You know what I'm talking about, right? You know damn well what I'm talking about. Maybe there could be genuine love. That's possible. But I also know too well that people will do anything and almost everything to get citizenship. For instance, a country like Finland or Russia. You know what I'm talking about. There is also this perspective about brain drain. So you find yourself abroad, schooling, or because of your professional skills. And that's fine. But someone raised an argument that your services could be more useful in your own country than elsewhere. But you decided to go because perhaps of better conditions. So now the argument is you could be exploited because your service to your own country is not forthcoming, but is somewhere else. Something to ponder about. And here's another perspective. And this has to do with Africanism. I'm thinking our forefathers or our founding fathers will be turning in their graves, wondering where we are running to, and angry at themselves for all the freedom they fought for us. But maybe we should just leave that conversation about brain drain and Africanism for another day. It's quite sensitive. Are you living, studying, working abroad? I would love to hear from you. Go to the comment section and drop me a line of your experiences, and make sure you add the not so good experiences as well.
This is Van Vicker Vibes.
So I've been doing some thinking. Maybe you just want to travel and not Japa per se. And that's fine. You want to experience other countries and cash out in other countries is awesome. But just make sure that you travel within your country and see the opportunities, because there could be an opportunity waiting for you. Okay? Listen, humbly, I have traveled the world. I have seen many faces and places. And I also know some friends who have traveled from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Liberia, and so on and so forth, to the West. And I, with their voices, can tell you that it is not so rosy. The struggle for a peace of mind is everywhere you find yourself, no matter where you find yourself. And I can tell you this for sure, there is nowhere like home. Look, there are Ghanaians and Africans on this planet who have succeeded on this planet. So can you. If you want to travel, not Japa per se, but even if that, speak to a travel expert, all right? Or speak to some friends. Live all their empiricism so that it can inform your final decision. Nonetheless, I agree that this Japa conversation is incomplete without talking about government obligation, leadership responsibilities, and the current economy of any country, or an African country for that matter. Nonetheless, someone somewhere has to make that sacrifice for love of country. If you enjoyed the content today, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm looking forward to seeing your Van Vicker 1 Minute of Fame video. Love life, stay easy. Peace, baby. And Murife, stop running. Okay? Come back home.
This is Van Vicker Vibes.